4-yard line. And by the way, we're happy to have Chevy sponsor our halftime highlight package here tonight. And you see Hall moving back to the 4-yard line, as I said, against the Lions. But the Calgary Stampeders, extremely inept, really, in the first half offensively, could not get it in the end zone. And then this ball, of course, by the BC Lions going to Ron Robinson, a 20-yard, 8-yard gain on an underthrown football, and the Lions went ahead 6-4 into that first quarter.
And the only touchdown was Mervyn Fernandez running straight upfield as an inside receiver. A little wrinkle for the Lions in this ball game tonight. And Cowan hits him, makes a move on Odoms at the 5 and puts it in the end zone.
Well, once again, for the BC Lions, Merv was really the outstanding player easily in this ball game in the first half offensively. This time it's a 43-yard gain as Fernandez once again picks off a pass that was underthrown by Tim Cowan, but also the BC Lions failed to get it in the end zone this time. They had to settle for a field goal. You see a 10-point lead by the BC Lions. They should be ahead by at least 20 or 25, and I think the statistical story will tell that before long. There's Tom Perzani. We'll talk about him in just a moment, right after we pause for this. To that, and hopefully we're going to get Tom Perzani up in the booth here during the second half and get his feelings about his evening tonight. But you know, it's going to be strange in the CFL not having a Perzani in the Calgary Stampeder uniform since 1968. There's been Joe and John and then finally Tom Perzani, the three brothers who did such great yeoman service for these Calgary Stampeders.
Joe and John were on the field as well, taking part in the halftime ceremony to honor Tom Perzani.
And you can see just what happened in that first half. Lewis Walker, of course, had a 37-yard gain right at the end of the first half that unfortunately the Calgary Stampeders could not convert into any points, but they had almost no offense up until that point in time.
One of the gifts that Tommy Perzani was presented was a 2-week all-expense-paid trip to Hawaii. I think he'd probably like to jump on the plane tomorrow and go and take that one.
I'll tell you, he also had beautiful fur coats for he and his wife. He could bring those up here. We could use them in the booth tonight.
Greg Vavra staying warm at the Calgary bench. The BC Lions will kick off to get this second half underway. Basaglia kicks it short to the near sidelines. And picking it up at the 15-yard line is Harper, and he gets to about the 25, wrapped up very quickly by Ron Cherkis, a return of 10. So we get the third quarter underway in the Stampeders. And the football, as you look at Tim Cowan, the starting quarterback here tonight for the BC Lions, trying to stay warm on the far side of the field. Mind you again that Tommy Scott now wearing jersey number 26. It's a 10-point lead for the Lions over the Stampeders. BC with a victory here tonight, moving to sole possession of first place in the West, pending the outcome of tomorrow's game. Edmonton at Winnipeg. Vavra tripped, fell down, got back up because nobody touched him, and he'll go down again back at the 19-yard line in the arms of Tyrone Cruz, number 91. So there'll be a loss of 5 yards on the play. May have tripped over an offensive lineman stepping back into pass formation because the field is in great shape. I'll say again, the ground crew here has done a superb job of getting this field ready to be played, have a game played on it. Second down and 15 from the 20-yard line. Vavra down the middle. Tom Scott is open for a big gainer. Tom Scott to the 50-yard line. His first catch of the night is good for 31 yards.
Well, the BC Lions brought everybody on that play, and a good pickup by Vavra getting that ball to Tommy Scott. Looks a little strange looking at Tommy, number 26 on him after all the years he's worn number 22, either green or red. I think Bernie Glier being beat on the play by Scott, number 7, and Scott moves it all the way out over the 50-yard line for the Stampeders.
We'll have to see if Vavra tries to go to Scott a little more often here in the second half, because he is now 5 receptions away from tying Tommy Joe Coffey's all-time record of 650 pass receptions. And this time, Greg Vavra, with a little shovel pass to Tom Scott, was called for taking too long to put the ball in play.
That's the second time they've tried that little shovel pass, which of course would count as a completion to Scott. Neither time has it, however, as the Lions were penalized the first time. This time it's the Stampeders penalized.
Scott has already...
violation. Calgary, number 13. First down repeated.
Scott has already surpassed Coffey in yardage in receiving. 10,788 going into tonight's game. Still needs 5 more to tie in total receptions. Quick look at the 20-second clock, and this one was almost picked off by Mel Bird. The intended receiver was Michael Wade.
Boy, Clear, Jones, and Bird all over there for the BC Lions. Babber obviously did not see the defenders as he threw that right to number 10.
Second down for the Stampeders, and 15 yards to go. The ball at their own 45. You see the 20-second clock at the lower left-hand corner of your screen. Winding down. There's the play off. 4 seconds remaining. Pass was there. Wade just turned around and the ball was there, and he didn't have very much time to react to it at all, and it goes incomplete. It'll be third down.
Bird complaining that Wade had pushed off of him, and I think he was right. I don't know if you'll see it right here at the last second. Pretty good throw by Babra. They'll have to kick it away, and that ball's going to get up in the fog this time. And
may lose sight of it.
It's dropping lower and lower.
Tag the punt now. End over end kick. Crawford from the 25-yard line. Penalty marker goes down, and Crawford goes down up at about the 37-yard line. Michael Harper making the tackle, 12-yard return, and a 10-point lead for the Lions of the Stampeders. We'll be right back. That punt return, and he's now back at the BC bench. And the Lions were penalized for an illegal block, and the ball's put back at the BC 12-yard line, where it's 1st and 10. You see the Lions turn the ball over 3 times tonight, and they've had, I think it is now official 10 penalties, so certainly they've hurt themselves with mistakes here tonight. Offensive total yardage, they've really been piling it up, but it's a 17-7 ball game for the Lions. 12:24 remaining in the third quarter. BC having to start deep in their own end. Morgan Fernandez, number 24, the only touchdown so far. Pass from Tim Cowan. His 5th touchdown catch in a game and a half. John Henry White has a couple. Middle of that Calgary defense there to stop him after a gain of 2. James West, number 58. Randy Troutman, number 62, in on the tackle. It'll be second down and about 8 yards to go for the Lions, just across their own 14-yard line. See Collins' numbers tonight. 16 out of 25. Keeps it on the ground this time. John Henry White is hit as he crossed the line of scrimmage. Falls forward. Steve Wilbur, number 66. Steve Carpenter, number 96, also there. And it'll be third down and about 5 as John Henry managed to pick up another 2.5 yards. And we'll see Louis Bisaglia in the punt. We have 11.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. And as we wait for Bisaglia's punt, here's Frank with a guest.
Well, Dale, thank you very much. It's very fortunate for us. Tom Ferzani, who's taken the time away from his evening's activities to share it with us. First of all, Tom, I'd like to give you my personal congratulations on such a great career. And everybody here at CTV is very excited about tonight. I know you were as well. And I'd like to get your feelings right now after the evening they gave you.
Frank, you really can't say too much about what they did for me. Of course, being a professional football player for 11 years, that alone is just something great. And for the Stampeders to say, hey, Tom Ferzani, we really appreciate it. We're just super, and all the sponsors and everybody involved. It was just fantastic for me and my family.
I'm sure it was great for you to have your brothers out there as well as your wife to share the evening with you.
Oh, it was great. My mother was there also, and I think she was probably the most excited of all. But my brothers, of course, I started with them, and we played together for 3 years. And it was a great gesture on the Stampeders' part, again, to have them out there with me. And the night, you can't say too much about it.
Tom, what's the future hold for the Ferzani, the youngest of the Ferzani brothers?
Well, I'd like to just stay around, maybe take his job.
Well,
just kidding. No.
well, we'll get John Esau to interview and see if you can do that. I don't think you could handle the broadcast with our crew. You're too good looking, Tom. We don't allow that.
No, but certainly everything's going well right now. I've dabbling a little bit in real estate, and I'm with my brother John, who's got Freseni's locker room, and everything's going well in that respect.
Well, congratulations once again. A well-deserved honor, Tom.
Thank you, Frank. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. And it's second down for the Calgary Stampeders at the BC 38-yard line. Greg Fabra. Big drop. Nobody open. Got a lot of running room. Closing in on him. Crawford, and he knocks Crawford down. Steps out of bounds. Near first down territory at the BC 28. They may have to bring the yardsticks all the way across the field and get a measurement here.
Fabra lays a lick on him, doesn't he? Watch the young quarterback here as he dips that shoulder a little bit, puts Crawford down on the ground.
So we'll get a measurement here as Fabra picked up close to 10 yards on the play, or maybe did pick up the full 10 yards. As we watch the measurement being made here, the Stampeders will be just short. We want to remind you that there's figure skating action coming up next week on CTV, Skate Canada 84 from Victoria. And it'll get underway on Friday, October the 26th, and continue on Saturday and Sunday. And there you have the times. And it'll be Bernie Pascal, Brian Pokar, and Debbie Woltz describing the action from Skate Canada 84 in Victoria next week right here on CTV. Third down and a little bit for the Stampeders, and they're going to have to maybe measure it again. The Stampeders, as Tyrone Cruz made the tackle, were short in the first half on 3rd and inches. This time it looks like they did pick it up. Tim Petras, number 12, rookie out of the University of Calgary. We should another look at the line. I just want to mention, too, that the University of Calgary Dinosaurs, and of course Fabra and Petras both played with the Dinosaurs last year, suffered their first loss of this season, their first loss in over a year today against the University of Alberta Golden Bears in Western Intercollegiate Football League action.
Ty Cruz, once again, on the initial contact there, he's had quite a night for the BC Lions in that middle linebacking spot. He's number 91.
First down, Calgary from the BC 28-yard line. Fabra in trouble, got underneath Hebler, but then is finished off by James Parker back at the 33 for a loss of 5.
Well, certainly the timing of this Calgary Stampeder offensive unit has not been 100%. I think that's a fair comment here this evening. 9:20 remaining in this third quarter.
Second down and 15. James Parker again. Fabra got back to the line of scrimmage, the 33-yard line. It'll be third down and 15, and Parker rises to the occasion again for that BC defense. He's their nominee as the Outstanding Defensive Player of 1984. Of course, he won that Shenley back in 1982 as a member of the Eskimos. And Parker limps towards the BC bench.
21.5 sacks going into tonight's ball game for James. And Quick has proved his name to be appropriate once again. Rick Klassen also in there, actually putting the final touches on that sack as we see Parker down for a moment.
Gingerly, Parker heads towards the BC bench with 8:49 remaining third quarter. Like his lower right leg is what's bothering him.
Brian Potter coming into the lineup on this third down situation for the BC Lions. J.T. Hay will hit this one from about 40 yards out.
This will be a 40-yard attempt with Greg Baver doing the holding. Kick is up, and it is good. As he had everything on that one. 17-10 now the score. The Lions leading the Stampeders, and we have 8:29 remaining in the third quarter. Field goal of the night cuts the BC lead to a converted touchdown here in the third quarter, and the Lions take over the ball. First and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Rookie head coach Steve Verado. We're told the Stampeders will probably be hiring a general manager for 1985 to take some of the load off of Steve, and Verado admitted yesterday he's probably going to be looking around for an experienced quarterback to help out young Greg Baver for 1985. Right now, the BC Lion offense goes to work down the middle. John Pancras wide open. James West in on the hit. The ball flops loose, and the Stampeders have it once more. Ray Odom, number 32, comes up with the turnover as Pancras is double teamed and the ball flops loose. Here is Cowan passing to Pancras.
Bill, as you just pointed out, this is only a 7-point lead for the BC Lions, but if it were not for the Lions' mistakes, particularly in terms of penalties, but also with these turnovers, they would have a huge lead on the Stampeders.
4 turnovers, 3 of them fumbles.
Well, they must be up to close to a dozen penalties as well.
10. Baver goes to work now. First down. Going deep. Melbourne knocked it down. I thought he had given the ball back to the Lions. He was unable to hang on to it. The pass intended for Wade, number 89.
Second time in this ball game, and in fact in this second half, that Bird at least felt he should have had an interception. That would have been a pretty good catch. The other one was quite easy, hitting right in the number.
That was against the Ottawa Rough Riders. And we witnessed out at BC Place. Wade, the intended receiver, number 89 in that last play, is still limping as he splits off wide to the left side again. Fabra with a called quarterback draw, opens up the middle, wide to the 30-yard line for a first down. He was thinking run all the way that time for an 18-yard gain.
This play opens up extremely well. As you see, Ty Cruz thought he had a good shot at him, but Fabra inadvertently cut back to the inside and moves the ball down to the 31-yard line of the Lions. Amazingly, the Stampeders can tie this football game up if they can put it in the end zone right here.
Fabra for Tom Scott, knocked away by Andre Jones, number 32. Good defense that time by Jones. It's second down and 10 from the Lions 31.
Boy, excellent timing. Andre stuck that right arm in there just at the last moment. See Scott making a move to the inside on him. He was open for a moment. Well, I don't know. Maybe he did not touch that football. Scott dropped it, I think, before Andre got to him.
If you happen to have joined us late, jersey number 22 has been retired and presented to Tom Presani of the Stampeders, and that's why Tommy Scott's wearing number 26 now. He was the intended receiver here again, and Baver overthrew him deep down the middle. So it'll be third and 10 from the BC 31. So it's J.T. Hay again. The Stampeders are getting the ball frequently on the turnovers by the BC Lions, but they're unable to put it in the end zone for the big one. Having to settle for field goal attempts, and J.T. Hay's been good on 3 of 4. He's at 3 of 5. This one from 38 yards out, it is good, and now it's a 17-13 ball game in favor of the Lions over the Stampeders with 6:19 remaining in the third quarter, and we'll be back in a moment. 7 for the Lions over the Stampeders at halftime, and the Stampeders have kicked 2 field goals here in the third quarter to cut the BC lead to 4 points. BC's got 17 yards offense this quarter, Calgary 54. 6:19 left. Lions first down at their own 35. it out to John Henry White. 3 Stampeders were there. James West, Steve Carpenter, and Hopkins was also there. The pickup is about 1.
Well, the Stampeders are cutting into that little offensive edge a bit in this third quarter, but they still got a long way to go. However, it's only a 4-point football game, and don't forget the Lions desperately need to win this game. They go into BC Place next week having to beat the Winnipeg Blue Bombers by 23 points to capture that first place spot.
And that all-important bye and home field advantage, the Western Final, and this pass to Fernandez was almost picked off by Ray Odom. So it'll be 3rd down and 9 for the Lions, and Pasaglia will have to punt the football away.
Good job of picking up the blitz, particularly with James West in the middle. Watch number 58. But this ball really should have been intercepted once again by the Stampeders. Watch it hit Ray Odom. Well, we won't see it in that shot as you see Tim Cowan going down, but it could have been another turnover against the Lions.
Good punt by Pasaglia. Backing Richie Hall up all the way to the 20-yard line. His best kick of the night. Hall gets it out to about the 31-yard line where he's smothered by Bernie Glear and Tyrone Cruz. A 53-yard punt. That'll certainly help his average tonight. And a return of 10 with 4:58 left, third quarter. Richie Hall's had a big night defensively for the Stampeders as well with an interception and a fumble recovery.
Well, they give Blue a lot of time to kick this football for a change. He has been rushed from time to time. Watch the 2 upbacks as they check inside their first responsibility and then look to the outside. See John Henry White blocking to that outside. Louis had all day to kick it, and he did his job.
The give to Lewis Walker, find the right side, and he is tackled there by Glenn Jackson and Rick Klassen after a gain of 1, maybe 2 yards on the play. They get the spot near the 33-yard line. Give them the 34-yard line for a pickup of 3 yards. 2nd down and 7 now for the Stampeders. Bringing the plays in from the bench. Ken Moore, number 84, was in there. He's replaced by Mike McTagg, number 9. Favre, 4 out of 20. He's completed 1 out of his last 8. Passing situation here. Quickly to the outside. Complete. Tim Petrov tackled immediately by Glenn Jackson, shy of the first down. 39-yard line. It's 3rd and 2, Calgary. 4 minutes exactly left in the third quarter.
Go to the administration office.
We missed it earlier tonight. Hamilton defeated Ottawa 20-14 to wrap up 3rd place, or at least a playoff spot in the East, and eliminating the Ottawa Rough Riders for the first time in George Brancato's head coaching career. Here's the punt by McTagg. Up into the fog. Down to Darnell Clash, and he stopped immediately. 31-yard line. That punt traveled 45 yards. And they give him a return of 5 on the play. Terry Berryman, number 41, downfield. Center on those punting situations for the Stampeders, making the tackle on Clash. Tomorrow in the CFL, 2 more games. Toronto playing at Montreal. That'll be on the full CTV network starting at 1:30 Eastern time. And also tomorrow, it's Edmonton playing at Winnipeg. Of course, the Eskimos have clinched 3rd in the Western Division, and the Blue Bombers in the race for 1st, along with these BC Lions. 4 o'clock start at the Winnipeg Stadium. Cowan pumps one, wants to go deep to Fernandez. He hung it up there. Fernandez came down with it. Well, just as he caught it, he was hit by Ray Odom. What a job to hang on for a 14-yard gain.
Just unreal. Almost any receiver in any league would have dropped that football after that hit. Fernandez not only went up and got it, he kept it.
The initial first down in the third quarter for the Lions. Cowan hung that one up there a little too long.
I guess you don't give him a first down when Pankratz had picked it up and then fumbled it.
Stampeders at the 17. 38-yard gain for Donnie Taylor.
Well, I don't think we have it statistically, but I think that's probably Taylor's longest run of his career. Little Donnie has not got the great speed, but he sure took off with that one. Huge hold in the middle of that Calgary defense.
Down from the 17 now go the BC Lions. Throwing to Ned Armour at the 6-yard line. Complete, first down again, working in front of Ray Odoms. A pickup of 11 yards. Like to see if Donnie Taylor get a chance to put one in the end zone. He does not have a touchdown this year for the BC Lions. That was Donnie's longest run from scrimmage this year, that 38-yarder. Previous to that was 11 yards. Ron Robinson is the injured BC Lion with 1:26 left in the third quarter. Lions threatening to add to their lead. Tim Cowan takes the opportunity to head to the bench and talk things over with head coach Don Matthews. Roy DeWalt, who of course is out for the season, he is in attendance at this game. And I'm sure he is helping Cowan with suggestions as well.
Rochelle!
You think Don Matthews wants the trainer to take his time?
Bill Rochelle was who he was hollering at. You heard him, Rochelle. Stay out there for a while. He's having a little chit-chat with Tim Cowan. It'll be a first down for the BC Lions when time resumes. There's 1:26 remaining now in this third quarter. Lions at the 6-yard line of the Calgary Stampeders.
First and goal, BC, as Robinson hits to the bench. Into the end zone quickly for Ned Armour. Touchdown, BC, right over top of Ron Hopkins, number 15. Beautifully thrown football and a fine catch by Armour for his 6th touchdown of the year.
Well, that's the kind of pass they normally throw to Fernandez with his great jumping ability, but this one is just so right on the mark. Armour doesn't even have to go up for it. Ron Hopkins, the corner on that side, really not that bad a coverage, but the ball was perfectly delivered by Cowan.